So research ethics committees carries out the ethical evaluation of the research projects and publications. So members of the research ethics committee include both scientific and non-scientific expertise. Because the issues related to cultural, social, or legal considerations are best evaluated by non-scientific members, while scientific procedures and research designs are best assessed by the scientific members of the committee. Then committee memberships are planned in a way to reduce the conflict of interest in decision-making process. So ethics committees are present on two levels, local and national. Local ethics committees are present in research centers, hospitals, and universities. In universities, their function is to review the conduction and publication of research. They are also present in hospitals, but in hospitals, their work is more focused on clinical and biomedical research. While the national ethics committees assess the work at national level, they also monitor and supervise the local ethical committees. Then the role of ethics committee. Their role is to accept the research proposals, evaluate the integrity of research, register unethical behavior and conflict of interest, evaluation of the study being conducted. They also investigate the research misconduct and make sure that all research activities are properly recorded. Then dealing with research misconduct. So there are two kinds of violations being made in research misconduct. These are minor violations and major violations. So the minor violations occur due to the lack of knowledge and inexperience of the person. So in most of the cases, researcher does not have any intention to commit a violation. The examples of minor violations are minor plagiarism, minor paraphrasing, and use of diagrams and charts without proper citation. So if the proper training is given to the researchers, then disciplinary actions can be avoided and minor violations can be eradicated. So then there are major violations. So major violations are more serious, and academic integrity of a significant portion of research study is being violated in major violations. So examples of major violations are executing major plagiarism, such as extensive paraphrasing without proper citation, and directly using the content from other sources without any proper references. These violations are investigated by the research ethics committees and actions are executed accordingly. So in many cases the papers are retracted and disciplinary actions are taken as a result of the investigation. How ethics committees deal with the research misconduct. So here are the steps that are taken by the ethics committees to deal with any kind of research misconduct. They are identification of research misconduct. The ethics committee identifies the research misconduct and investigates whether to impose sanctions or not. Sometimes the research misconduct is also reported by the individual associated with the research institute. He can tell the ethics committees about the suspected research misconduct. So in this case he has to make a complaint, so in which all the allegations should be made with a good faith so that investigation could be carried out. So then is the conduction of inquiry. So if ethics committee finds that allegations fall under the heading of research misconduct, then inquiry process is initiated. So during the inquiry, available evidences are evaluated and results of the inquiry will tell whether research misconduct should be warranted with investigation or not. Then investigating and formulating investigation report. During the investigation process, both complainant and respondent whose activities are the subject of inquiry are interviewed, and published paper is also well evaluated by the ethics committee. So purpose of investigation is to find that misconduct has been committed to what extent and what are the reasons behind it. Then the investigation report is formulated. Investigation report contains the information of complainant, respondent, and the statement of findings. statement of finding tells that the research misconduct is found and whether this misconduct is falsification, fabrication, or plagiarism, or whether it is done intentionally or unintentionally. The public investigation report also suggests that whether the paper should be retracted or it should be corrected. Then finally, review and decision. Finally, the investigation report is reviewed by the ethics committee, and the final decision is made. The final copy of the decision is sent to both complainant and respondent. After the final decision, it is the turn of institution to make some administrative actions. So some of the administrative actions conducted by institution are correction or withdrawal of published papers, suspension of the responsible person, salary reduction or probation. So if the institution finds that no misconduct has occurred, then respondent reputation is restored. Then record of the case. A file of the complete case is maintained in which all the related actions are documented. So case studies related to research misconduct. So in 2014, six Turkish authors published their paper name the effects of 21 and 23 mm aortic valve prosthesis on hemodynamic performance and functional capacity in young adults. So this paper was retracted on 15th April 2014 on a request from authors. This was because one of them copied material from the paper published in the Turkish language. So the second example is of the Korean scientist Wang Woo-Serk, who claimed in his studies the falsified human cloning. This study was published in Science Journal in 2005. He is charged with 2 years of imprisonment and found guilty of ethical violations. Then ethics committees in Pakistan. Ethics committees are present at both local and national level in Pakistan. National Bioethics Committee is a national ethics committee that was established in 2004 and it is approved by the Ministry of Health. It deals with all aspects of bioethics in health sector of Pakistan. It monitors the publications in the health research and facilitates the medical journalism. Research Ethics Committee is the subcommittee of NBC, National Bioethics Committee, that reviews the research proposals and sometimes deals with the research misconduct. RSC also establishes the guidelines for all the ethical committees in Pakistan. Then Ethics Review Board (ERB) in Aga Khan University. The Ethics Review Board supervises the ethics processes across Aga Khan University. The purpose of this committee is to raise the ethical standards of the research being conducted at AKU. There are various subcommittees under ERB, each performing a different function. So there is a separate system for allowing ethical clearance to studies from health sciences, social sciences and arts. So all these subcommittees report directly to ERB routinely. Then Ethics Review Committee in AEIRC Karachi. AEIRC is Advanced Educational Institute and Research Center, which is an independent research organization in Karachi. AEIRC ensures that research being conducted at this organization is of high ethical standards. It can audit any study if it is not in accordance with the guidelines of Ethics Committee. Then the conclusion. Research misconduct is the fabrication, falsification, plagiarism in proposing, conducting or reporting research